Hi, I'm Miss Crafts-A-Lot, and today we're going to transform my computer into a Tardis. So obviously, for the materials list, you'll need a computer with a door that covers the components. This is the door that covers my components. Krylon indoor-outdoor paint in blue, black, flat black preferably, and a little bit of white.
Look at that, it's so cute. It's just a little thing. Oh, you're so cute.
Modge Podge Decoupage glue for affixing the label, which I'll show you in a minute. The paintbrush, masking tape, and 1/8 inch line tape. This is to help delineate the window panels. And some 3M extreme mounting double-sided tape. So we've already started prepping the side panels and the top of the computer and the front panel of where my on switch is. Hey. Anyway, just so we can move along. And I'm going to glue the balsa wood strips on either side to simulate the Tardis door. This particular door has a curve on it, so you have to wet the balsa wood and then clamp it to the front of the door at the top, so while it's wet, and then let it dry that way it'll form just a slight curve. This is where the police call box sign will be glued on. That's the label. And this is only, you know, particular for my type of case. If you find a case that's slightly different, obviously you'll have to modify for the type of case that you have. I'm going to put this aside for now. Let's not forget sandpaper. You'll probably want to do a little bit of sanding on some of your surfaces where you're going to be gluing the balsa wood, just so it'll help stick together. And to kind of smooth down the sharp edge, well, sharp, they're not really like cut your skin sharp, but you know, just to kind of smooth down the edges a little bit, which that has already been done. I'm going to line these up. Because I'm going to turn these over to the wrong side. Barcode side is the wrong side. And I'm going to line this tape along the back side. One long strip. So now you're going to use an X-Acto knife to trim away the excess tape. We'll be able to use this for another piece of balsa wood. So let's just cut that off. You might have to take 2 passes just to get through. Oops. There. Make sure you save this piece because you're gonna use that for your next strip. Okay, so I'm going to gently pull off the film from the other side of the double stick tape. Now we're at the point of no return. You gotta stick this somewhere. So I'm just going to line this up with my measurement. And once it's on there, it's on there. There. Now if some of it hangs over the bottom, that's okay. You'll be able to go back and trim that off. Now I'm going to do the other two sides. So I'm just going to run my thumbnail through here. Actually, maybe I could use a piece of balsa wood to kind of wedge in between here to make it look like a door opening. There we go. Sort of. Okay. Now we're going to do the next one. So if I line these two up, and then I could just split them. Now don't be confused, I'm going to tape these two together, but I'm going to cut them because they go on either side of the door opening. Okay, so now I'm going just to trim this in half. Be careful not to cut into your balsa wood too much. Oh, like chopsticks. Okay, so one at a time. I think that'll do just fine. Trim off any excess. But don't trim your fingers. Okay. Okay, see how that's coming together? So now I'm going to take this thinner, more flexible balsa wood strip, and I'm going to cut it in order to make the panels, the recessed panels in the door. I'm going to measure in between the two pieces I've already taped on, and that's going to fit nice and snug right about there. And again with the tape. I might as well do 4 pieces at one time, huh? So I'll need another one of those. Okay, 2 more. So since my tape is pretty wide, I can actually fit my balsa wood strips right next to each other and did the same things I did with the first 2 pieces of balsa wood. Kind of saves time and there's less waste. Get that on there. So I'm just trimming the double-sided tape to make 3 separate pieces of recessed door panels for the Tardis door. Sometimes this double-stick tape can be kind of tricky, so just be patient. Use a sharp X-Acto knife and trim off any of the excess that you won't need. So now that I have the double-sided tape stuck to the balsa wood. I'm going to place them on the rest of the door, so watch out while I do this. Nope. Looks like I need to trim that a little bit. Just a little bit. There. Fun crafting with Tammie. Fun crafting with Miss Crafts a lot. Sorry. And it always seems that I have to trim something. Ooh, did I get you? There. How's that coming along? Pretty snazzy. Okay. Oops, that's the wrong side. Always with the trimming. Oh, that didn't shoot out at you. Okay. There. So I cut 2 more pieces. Luckily I had enough tape to complete it. Just doing a little more trimming. Ooh, that almost landed in my water. Okay. There. Oh. So now the fun part begins. The complicated part was getting all the balsa wood taped on. That's a little time consuming, but when it's finished, it's going to be well worth it. So now that the tough part's done, we're going to go on to the fun part, and that's at the actual painting. So now that we have the balsa wood in place, Terry, my project assistant, is going to spray paint this in blue for me. So while that door panel dries, I'm going to show you the couple labels that I printed out on my computer. I went to Google Images and I downloaded an image for the police call box label that's at the top of the Tardis, and also the police telephone bulletin that's down below on the front of the door. So all I'm going to do is cut these out, and I'm going to decoupage or glue the police call box label onto this piece of balsa wood, and then when the door is fully dry, I'm going to adhere that to the top of the door, and then I'm also going to decoupage this label onto the front of the door. And then we'll be almost done. So I've already pre-painted this piece because on the Tardis it's black, so I'm going to get started. Let's see, trim it as you see fit. And that's ready to go. How's that look? Make sure you got plenty of glue. Modge Podge, it's the greatest. Okay. Ooh. So This Modge Podge is the same glue that I used in my other decoupage videos. So I'm just going to place that on, gonna eyeball it, center it there. And because I used an inkjet printer, I'm not going to glue over the top of this because that'll make the ink run. Make sure that's on there really good. I'm not going to paint glue over the top of this because of the inkjet, but that should be good enough. So the door seems to be dry, and so I'm going to mask off the rest of the door, and I'm going to make window panels up here at the top. Does that look straight?
Yep.
Alright, almost done. Yeah, we tried to put the masking tape across the paint there not too long after we painted it, and it peeled back up, but that's okay because this is it's gonna get covered up anyway. One more line, making sure to take into account the gap because we'll have to mask that off too. I know it looks kind of funny now, but the resulting effect should be pretty darn cool. And don't worry if it's not absolutely geometrically straight. The whole point of this, it's just an adaptation to, you know, for your love of Doctor Who and the Tardis. So I'm going to finish masking this off, and we're going to get with the white spray paint. Woo! Almost forgot the little gap between the police call box sign and the top of the windows. So I've got to make sure I put a line in for that. I was just reminded that it didn't look quite even. Luckily for tape, you could pull it up. All right, so I'm going to finish masking this off. Being very careful not to touch the blue paint. Don't forget the center. There. I think we're ready. Ah, my eye. Just kidding. So my project assistant, Terry, is going to do the spray painting for me.
We're not going to do this too heavy. I just want to go for the look of frosted windows. That should do it.
So we're going to let this dry, and then we'll do the final reveal. Okay, so that was fun. After spray painting it and tearing away the masking, the windows came out like this. Isn't it awesome? So cool. At any rate, the tape did pull up a little bit of the base coat paint. To fix that, one, you should always tear away your masking tape slowly to not try to rip up too much of the base coat paint. But if you do, just get a little dish, like a paper plate or something like that, spray some of your base coat in it, you know, to make a little pool of paint, and take a fine line paintbrush, dip it in there, and just, you know, apply it to the areas where the paint previously pulled up. Should be fine. Okay, so we have 2 final pieces left to put on this thing after Mr. Correctamundo decided that, you know, I was wrong. So we're going to put the police box label on, and then of course the door sign. Whee! So we're going to use double-sided tape for this, and I'm going to put the tape on both ends and in the middle, but I'm going to clamp it so it'll stay shut till the tape actually cures. So let's do that now. As soon as I find the double stick tape. So I'm going to apply the double stick tape just to the ends, as Terry seems to think that I only need it on the ends. So we'll just do that, because Terry's smart. Terry's smart. I'm smart too. And if there's any sticking out, you'll be able, you know, just trim that off. It's no big deal. So does it go this way? It goes this way. So you're going ahead and put that on there. Let's do one end first. And get a gaffer clamp, because these things are strong. Train! Get that on there. Ooh. There. Alright, so we have the final piece. After we've kvetched over, kvetch, it's a new word. We've got this clamped in place so the tape will, it'll be on there for a couple hours so it'll cure. But this part is going to go right here in the center. So I'm just going to apply decoupage glue to the back. And don't be concerned about your paintbrush getting all gross and stuff, because, well, cheap paintbrushes, that's what you should use that for. Okay. Eyeball that in the center. There. All right, we're done. Awesome, I'm so happy. Well, that was a fun project. It's a little complicated and it takes a little time, a good afternoon anyway, but I like the way this turned out. This is totally awesome. These are not the clamps you are seeing. But this is the door to my new computer. At any rate, for a materials list, check out the description below. Also, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment if you like. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. So hey, I don't do just crafting videos, I do daily vlogs as well. Check us out on the Templemans. You're sorry. You're sorry. You're a snake. No, I'm kidding. All right. So hey, bus. So hey, I don't do just crafting videos.
The hell is that?
I'm just trying to get in before the next bus.